defensively, do you have any? Give me your opinion as far as defensively with now what it looked like, possibly with Trent McDuffie, and then Jalen Watson and those guys may not being re-signed.
Yeah, I think it's a tough situation, and it kind of fits into your premise of bringing in a pass rusher because, listen, I think we've put in a lot of pressure on our defensive backs over the last 3 or 4 years. I think Spags does a wonderful job of getting those guys ready. I think Coach Merritt is one of the best coaches in the NFL by far in the secondary, and is a guy that they definitely got to keep around if they can. But yeah, you're always going to have some guys that leave and because of free agency or whatever. I think that once again, you have to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback with your front four. Yeah. Because you can't keep dialing up pressure all the time or bring in 5 or bring in 6, because eventually you live by the blitz, you're going to die by the blitz.
That's right.
And the Chiefs are kind of living in that world right now. And the dirty little secret, Marcus, and you know this, Jason, the dirty little secret is every football game comes down to about 5 or 6 plays.
That's right.
Simple as that. You don't know when those plays are going to come up, but it all comes down to about 5 or 6 plays. I don't know how many plays there are. Let's say there's 145, 150, 160 plays in a football game, including offense, defense, special teams. It all comes down to about 4 or 5 plays. Yeah. And, if you put yourself in a position where you have to gamble in key situations, a lot of times you're going to fail in those situations and those plays. And that's where the defense, I felt, got this year. I think when Spags was dialing up stuff, the mad scientist that he is, and he was able to get to the quarterback, it was all productive, all great. Karlaftis got to have a better year. Chris Jones, you got to find somebody, and I agree with you with bringing in somebody, whether it's a draft pick or a free agent, to take some pressure off him because he's getting double teamed all the time. And guess what? He's tired.
He is.
He's a tired dude. Nobody's looking forward to. I know he wanted to play in the Super Bowl and the playoffs, but nobody's looking forward to a couple of extra weeks off than Chris Jones. Right. All right? Nobody. Right. Nobody on that team. So, and we saw that this year. I think Chris was trying to do too much, and I think the playmakers as a whole were trying to do too much. And by trying to do too much, you didn't do anything. Yeah. You're trying to do too much in the Charger game. You go inside on a pass rush, and you let Herbert get outside and get a first down at the end of the game. You're trying to do too much against Jacksonville, and you wear yourself out, and you think that the quarterback is down, and you stop, and it looks bad. And he gets up, looks at you, you look at him, he runs in for a touchdown. That's an ugly, bad look. Yeah. I don't think it's anything that Chris Jones doesn't want to do. I don't think it's anything Chris Jones can't do. I think he's damn tired. I think the whole team is tired. So once again, the reset button is not a bad thing every once in a while. We saw it with New England in the Tom Brady years where they had a couple of times and they had to push the reset button too. And like you said, Jason, everybody, when you get home, whether you're going back home to Florida or California or Texas, or you live here in Kansas City, first thing you do, you walk in and you look at yourself in the mirror and say, did I do everything I possibly could last offseason and during the OTAs and during the season to be the best football player I can be? If you can answer that question, yes, then go about your business. If you answer it no, you get your ass back in line.
That's right. That's right. And there's a number of guys that need to have that evaluation, Grunny. They need to have that self-talk. Really, you got to reflect on what this year has been, and this ain't the time to pat yourself on the back.
NFL stands for not for long, man.
Yes,
you know what?
Yes,
you cannot take anything for granted, because if you do, you're either going to lose or you're going to lose your job.
That's right. That's right. We were talking about Will Shields earlier. I remember Will. We had a conversation, and Will was telling me, he said, "Man, JD," he said, "they trying to replace you every single day. That's what they're trying to do." And we know, like, when you see guys walk in the building and they got your same stature and they kind of look like you, body type, you're like, who's this guy? This guy is hungry. He's coming for your job. And so I don't know any other profession that you can make this type of money for going out there and playing a game that you love, that you can actually go out there and hurt and kill people if you wanted to, right?
Jason, I was told when I signed my first contract by Carl Peterson, and he was being honest. He's like, "Listen, you signed that contract. Guess what? We're trying to replace you.
Yep.
As soon as you sign your contract, they're trying to replace you. They're trying to find something better. And that's why you've got to stay ahead of the curve all the time. You can't take a deep breath and relax because of resting on your laurels or what you did before, because this is the kind of stuff that happens. So it's a good reminder for everybody out there, whatever business you're in. It's a good reminder as a father, as a grandfather, as a family member, is don't rest on your laurels. Always try to be on your A game, because guess what? You know what? The next thing you know, you look around and everything is kind of gone to crap. And you just got to make sure that you're staying on your best motive to be the best you possibly can be.
That's it. And that's what it takes being a consummate pro.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the offensive line, I look to the leaders. Cree and Trey need to take ownership of that entire offensive line and let the guys know, hey, look, don't get too far away from the facility.
You already saw Juwan Taylor already pretty much said his goodbye post yesterday on Twitter. And that was one of the first dominoes to fall with as far as everything goes. We get $23 million back by letting him go this offseason. He pretty much had a goodbye post to Kansas City yesterday. Obviously, nothing's official yet, but that goodbye message was pretty much a farewell to Kansas City on good times that he had here. So,
yeah, there was a number of them out there too, boy. I was like, ooh, it's okay, yeah. Well, it's one of those things when you come in. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the process on your exit meeting. You kind of come in, coach, and everybody's glad handing you, patting on your back. Hey, y'all, come on in and let's talk about what your season was like. And just want to let you know how much I enjoyed you. We didn't get to do what we wanted to do or wanted to accomplish here. And then it goes into the conversation if you're not going to be there. Well, I just want to tell you, we appreciate everything you've done for us. You've been incredible. You've been a great teammate, a great player. We've enjoyed having you around here, but we may be thinking about moving in a different direction. And so these conversations are not always the easiest of conversations for either party on either side, because you know that there's an era or a chapter that is closing, and this could be the last team you with, or now you gotta move to a different city. You got to do it all over again, and that's a tough conversation to have. It is a tough conversation to have, and I'm sure there was a number of conversations today and yesterday that this happened with guys. And so what I want to say is this: for all the guys that have had that conversation of being let go or moving on to something different, I just want to commend them for playing with the Chiefs. I appreciate them coming here and giving it their all and putting on the Kansas City Chiefs colors with the arrowhead on the side of your helmet and giving all your blood, sweat, and tears to help win championships. It's tough because for some guys, this might be the last time they put on pads, Marcus. So that's a very difficult conversation to have. But I just want to thank you guys for all the ones from bottom of my heart, from Chief Concerns. We want to let you all know that you are appreciated, have been appreciated. We love you, and we wish you the best. And once a Chief, always a Chief. That's how we feel here. Okay.
I got hate for saying that yesterday to Juwan Taylor. I don't know if you saw some of the comments.
No.
I said, once a Chief, always a Chief. Like, yeah, he can go do false starts somewhere else. And someone was like, it's a bad take. I was like, it wasn't a take. I was literally just saying, once a Chief, always a Chief. And like, it's a fact. He has a Super Bowl ring with the Chiefs. No one's ever going to take that away from him.
I want Juwan Taylor to go do well. Yeah. Whatever the next chapter in his life is going to go do, if he goes play another team, I want him to do well.
Yep.
That's what I want him to do. So
100%.
I'm going to wish him well. And also, too, I'm going to root for him wherever he is.
Yeah.
So, I know that we ain't petty like that. I think that's petty to me.
It's not the way we roll.
Yeah, it's petty. So, it is what it is, man.
New news. We talked about Embry, but also Alex Whittingham is gone. His father Whittingham. He was the Utah head coach. He's now the head Michigan football coach now, so he's probably going to be following his father maybe.
Makes
and then
sense.
Louis Adazio, defensive quality control coach. So far, 2 defensive coaches, one offensive coach, and then obviously the Matt Nagy's probably headed out elsewhere as well. So, I mean, are you shocked that more defensive coaches have been let go so far? No.
No, this is ball. It happens every year. Happens every year, successful or not. Some guys just move on to other places, and so these defensive quality guys is not. I mean, those guys are kind of writing up cards, getting coffee, and all those different things. You're kind of you're that guy.
It's just your way in through the door. You probably have a promotion elsewhere or something.
Yeah. So, great opportunity for him to learn from some of the greats being there. So, I'm not shocked. It's not shocked. NFL is like New Jack City. Nino Brown, never personal, just business. Never personal, just business. We all we got. We all we got. Am I my brother's keeper? In this case, no, we're not. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.